Shalom. First of all, I'd like to start off by giving all glory and honor to Yahweh by Shem, Yahushai by Shem, Rekakadesh. Double honors to teachers, zealots, and the boss of great millstone, likewise, brothers, but on the truth. Faithfully fearlessly feeding the sheep unto you, brothers and sisters, tuning in. Shalom. Today's lesson's title: He shall wreak havoc for the wicked's sake. Let's take a look at that word havoc. And it means the signal to soldiers to seize plunder is from Old French havoc, pillaging, looting. Take a look at this other part here. It says general sense of devastation. So we know right now Caesar Nero Trump is in power, and he has been selected by the wicked elites to execute all of the devastating events that's going to lead to what they eventually want to be on this earth, which is a new world order. Now, however, we know Yahweh Shai is controlling the elites and this wicked Lord that's in power right now here in Great Babylon, America. Let's start off with our first book here. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus 14 and start verse 5. It reads, He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He should not take pleasure in his good. There is none worse than he that envied himself, and this is a recompense of his wickedness. Now let's take a look at an example of this this is an article I found. It says deaths predicted amid the chaos of Elon Musk's shutdown of US aid. It says the impact of the billionaire's declaration has been swift and brutal, with food and crucial drugs abandoned in warehouses, vital programs closed, and workers laid off. I'm going to go into this a little bit more in depth for another lesson, because this is very interesting when you take a look at this. And as we go into 2nd Ezra 15, you see where the Lord Yahweh Shai bring on this global tribulation. And this right here, this US aid, is a critical point or a critical element in how the world, particularly these third world countries, have been able to exist. So we're going to go a little bit more into this, but you can see here that this man right now, as he is pretending to help this place, Great Babylon, America, by bringing out the slogan, Make America Great Again, in reality he's actually going to be the one that's going to be destroying this place. And we can see what he's done to these other nations through his deception of pretending like he's going to help them. It says there's none worse than he that envied himself, and this is a recompense of his wickedness. And if he do it good, he do it unwillingly, and at the last he will declare his wickedness. This is wicked. This is wicked. Like I said, I'm going to go into this more in depth on another lesson, because you can see, pursuant to Revelation 12 and 12, where the devil, know that he has a short time. There's a great wrath that he's going to be bringing on the people on the earth. He knows that his time is short. The Mashiach is on his way back. The Hebrew Israelites are awakening. The prophets are out in the highway and the byway, so he knows that he has a very short time to basically bring to reality what he envisioned, which is that new world order. And we know how that's going to turn out. Let's go into the book of Isaiah 19 and start verse 1, because as you can see with this clip in the background, and I'm going to go into each one of those picture of those items that you see that's embedded in this. This cruel Lord Trump is going to gobble and devour you people, man. The same people that voted for him, the same people that didn't vote for him. But those who have their mindset here in Great Babylon, America, that are not listening to the prophecies that was given to the prophets to bring out on this earth. Remember, roughly paraphrasing, the gospel will be preached across the entire earth, and then the end shall come. So whether you believe or not, you are living in a time right now where you stand to see the acts of this cruel Lord, and he's only been in office only for 2 weeks. So imagine at the conclusion of week 52. This is Isaiah 19, start verse 1. It says, the burden of Egypt, which is placed on spiritual Sodom in Egypt, Behold, the Lord Yahweh Shai rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, And the idols of Egypt shall be moved at its present, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. They shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. Okay? So when you look at the military presence or the global military presence of the United States, take a look at this map and you can see pretty much at the four corners of the earth, everywhere, the United States have a military presence. Okay? So it gives you an idea of just how supremely powerful the United States really is, that this is the final global empire. This is a revival Roman Empire. Okay? So you see right now where there's a lot of disagreements. You have Trump talking about putting tariffs on Canada, Mexico. They've come with some sort of agreement with Mexico to put troops on the borders. Okay, they're still working it out with Canada, but he's also planning on going after the EU, okay, or the European Union. And we're gonna keep an eye on that, because it would make sense that this would probably be the trigger point of why the beast will hate the horse so much, why they would hate the horse so much, okay? Because they're supposed to be her allies, and yet still he's looking to put tariffs on these nations that has accompanied the United States military in all these global conflicts, okay? And it says, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols and to the charmers and to them that have familiar spirits and to the wizards. Now, I want to take a look at this word in the online etymology at the word spirit. Okay, now we know spirit, wine is a spirit, alcohol could be a spirit, but the spirit they're talking about, it says the Latin word also could mean disposition, character, high spirit, vigor, courage, pride, arrogance. Okay, so that those two words right there, pride and arrogance, which is synonymous with the so-called white race. Okay, they're very proud and they're very arrogant, and we're seeing that pride and arrogance is coming back right now, because they truly believe that this cruel Lord, and we'll bring it out, is somehow going to elevate their current existence here in Great Babylon, America, and even across this earth. And you had a couple of brothers put out a video, naming one Azan Ahmad. He put out a video today, with this Edomite calling a Jacob, the N word, right in his face. No respect. I mean, he had to use that N word, and Jake was very composed, but it burns your skin, because when you understand the nature of these people, okay, if you retaliate right now, okay, right now at this moment, okay, you succumb to their so-called justice system, which is an injustice system, okay? So the Lord right now, he has a cruel Lord set up, okay? They're fighting amongst each other, and we're going to take a look at certain other things that they're fighting, okay? When you take a look at the LGBTQ, okay? Because Trump is attacking that. But that's been a synonymous part of this place. When you look at this place is known as what? Spiritual Sodom in Egypt. Okay? You slave yourself to death, and it's filled with faggots. So they can't get past that. Okay? They're the ones that came up throughout the years and said that, little boys can become little girls can become little boys, and now that's been written off. They're going after the Sodomites in the military. And these aren't just your little simple people just walking the streets. A lot of these people are actually in positions of authority, okay? So there's a lot of people in Great Babylon, America, particularly these Edomites right now, and even some of these proud Jakes that, think that there was an exception to the tribulation that they were going to receive when they started to put their mindset into being a Babylonian. These people are now coming to a reality check. Because there's a lot of confusion, okay? It says, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirit, and to the wizard. And the Egyptians, these Americans, I will give over into the hand of a cruel Lord. A fierce king shall rule over them, said the Lord of hosts, Yahweh Shemashah. Now, all these years, Trump has been, one of those social media celebrity, he had the show, where people try to get a job at his corporations, which they all have failed. And he's a charmer. He's a charmer. The way he speaks. This guy is different. He's hilarious. He doesn't give a crap, man. This guy is totally different. Okay, and this attracts a lot of people who are looking for that person who could be that asshole, the guy that says the things that nobody else is saying, and particularly these Edomites, okay, who have harbored a hatred for so-called blacks, Native Americans, and Latino, especially the so-called blacks here in Great Babylon, America. And here you now have a lord, a president, a leader that is coming and saying, you know what? Let's make America white again. Let's bring back white supremacy. And that has emboldened these peasants who don't understand that the Lord Yahweh Shai has given them their wish. A cruel Lord. Now we're going to go into a couple of these pictures that you see that I have embedded into this video, okay, because this is going to be very critical when we go into the book of Second Ezra. You cannot really do prophecy without really going into Ezra, because we really in that time right now. If you're walking around thinking that America is still the same place it was 10 years ago, you're delusional, and you're going to have a very short lifespan here when things kick off. Because right now, as you walk around, you should be circumspect. I look at my neighbors right now, and I go, there's going to come a day. They're going to come and knock on my door, or they're going to go across the street. No food is around the place, so they're having a hard time. Are they going to come and try to take my stuff? Okay. What about when, Yahweh Shai send, these people around, okay, and as we can read that in 2nd Ezra 15, they are going to break into houses, burn houses down, torch, and they're going to be using guns. They can be in groups, they could be individuals, they could be from in town, they could be from out of town, the other across the town, or even next door. And these are things that goes in my head when I'm looking at the houses or my surroundings. At some point in time, people are going to be going at each other's throat. This is not going to the place, this city or this place that I live in right now is not going to be the same as I see currently right now. Okay, and this is 2nd Ezra 15. Psalm verse 1, it says, behold, speak thou in the ear of my people the words of prophecy, not the words of Moat or GMS or IUIC or Sakari, okay, or Wi-Fi. This is the word of the Lord Yahweh Shai, which I will put in thy mouth, said the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. So he gave this to the prophets who put it on paper, and here we are right now reading it from a computer screen. Okay, that's where we're at right now. We're not reading it from a scroll anymore. Fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee, which we have a lot of markers. People smear gear, they see us out there and they assume pretty much we're either some sort of entertainers or we are really desperate or such losers that we have nothing else to do but stand out there with a Bible. Okay, so they mock, they say things. These are the unbelievers. It said, for the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness, meaning that they're unbelievers. Okay, so the warning from the mouths of people like me doesn't matter to them, And the Lord Yahweh Shai made it very clear to us. Don't worry about what they say, or don't worry what they think. Don't worry about being accepted. Don't worry about being glamorized. It doesn't matter, because when he brings that judgment, he's going to separate the righteous from the wicked. The wicked are not, those who are been destined to die are not going to have access to the righteous. Some way, somehow, the Lord is going to create your path for you to walk around in circle and get with the people that are going to lead you to that horrific death. Like how the Lord put all 67 of those wicked ass people on that helicopter and on that plane and deleted all of them. That's how the Lord works. Okay, they could never have escaped it, and they all had plans too. Okay, it says, this is verse 12. It reads, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that power shall bring upon it. Now let's take a look at this first one here, civil unrest. These are things that is going to be taking place here right now. You see right now this demonstration that's going on. You have Black Lives Matter a couple years ago. You have the LGBTQ, the alphabet crew. They're out there right now, demonstrating. We have rights to do what we want to do. And people are just now emboldened to tell them, y'all are faggots and sick. I was watching some of the videos. I'm not going to put the video in this clip, but you can see the pictures here. And what you now have is the northern kingdoms, okay, the northern tribes. They're out there marching and, doing what Jakes have been doing from the 1960s, fighting to stay here in Great Babylon, America. So because this is what their heart is in, here. They've put their heart here in Great Babylon, America. You have a lack of bread. Let's continue on with that. It says, they that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting and hail, and what they fail for consolation. So you can work for nothing. So as soon as you work and you get a 50 cents raise, they raise the food price by $5. Taxes goes up. Gas price goes up. So you are constantly playing catch up. We are no longer in an economic system where you can actually save. They always say, you should have a debt to income ratio of no more than 30% in order for you to retire. Right now, people have a debt to income ratio of like 300%, meaning that the debt is they pay 3 times more than their income. Not to mention that you're taxed. Okay, people are unwilling to change their lifestyle and the way they walk because they want to continue to frolic here in Great Babylon, America. So if you're being led by these people who are lost here in Great Babylon, America, they have to have the newest car, they have to have the newest clothes, they have to go out and eat and wine and dine, all of these things is going to keep you in that poverty state and in that catch-up state. Okay. And now you're seeing companies are saying, you know what, screw DEI, okay, which, they always try to associate that with so-called black people, which is not, okay. The fact is that many of these companies are going under because they've hired inferior so-called white people as managers and as employees. It was a cultural fit. Well, men that looks like me don't fit into the culture of a bunch of racist people. When they bring you into the interview and they go, oh, you're not what we expected. And right there and then you already know your interview is done. They're wasting your time. But I'm not angry anymore. No, now it's time for me to laugh. Okay? Now it's time for me to laugh. Because see, these people have never been through tribulation. They don't know how to survive. Decades of mental hurt. They don't understand it. And now that we see that this place is plundering and being and falling apart, oh, Tawadi Haba Shimei Shaba Shimmer Kakadash. We can't wait till the Lord really pick this up. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. One people shall stand up and fight against another, and sword in their hands, okay, which is the modern day gun, but it actually can be sword too, and katanas and knives and knuckle chucks and all kinds of stuff, okay? So what do you have? I brought out earlier that Esau has bases all across this earth. Trump right now is talking about they're going to go take over the Gaza Strip, that they want to own it. So you see right now, as America has been kind of playing pacify and let's talk about peace and let's work it out like that, they're saying, screw this, man. We got a lot of arsenal and we're going to use it, especially in these poor nations right now. We're not holding back. We're going to send you migrants, so-called migrants, or you Jakes, down to Gitmo. El Salvador just made a deal with the United States in which they are willing to accept any immigrant or migrant who has been deemed or convicted or deemed a criminal, okay, or societal threat here in America, that they will host them. If you know anything about El Salvador prison system, it's one of those places you don't want to go, okay? So imagine that right now. They can take you out of America and put you down in El Salvador, and we don't know what the hell they can do with you down there, okay? So now you have a conflict going on right now because Trump right now is attacking his government. I just show you where Elon Musk, okay, went and basically scrapping USA. And like I said, I'm going to go in more detail with that. It says, for there should be sedition amongst men, And in waiting one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the cost of their actions shall stand their power. So as you people start to wake up and realize that this is the cruel Lord that we prophesy to you about, it's going to be too late. He's going to be chewing you up. So you will have no choice but to grab your guns and your sword. But you're going to be blaming, because this is what the society does, is just blame. You look at the economic woes, man. Look at the economic woes. You got war, okay, the sword, that's going to be everywhere across this earth. Because this USA that they stopped across these other nations right now, and the food is rotting, and you know, when I read the article, I was like, wow, this has to be a separate lesson. Because this is a horror show. So if you had any type of doubt that the Lord Yahweh Shai could create havoc across this entire earth, you're about to see how it's done right now. You're about to see it. And it's been set up from day one. And that's how you know you should have that fear of Yahweh Shai, because he can do this. We're about to see a nightmare on a global scale that's you can't even begin to comprehend right now. Okay? So this is what you're seeing. They're going to disregard the government, the sovereignty of the government. They screw this, man. And then it's going to be every man for him or herself. And, you know, like we said to you women, you are you're going to be a target. You're going to be a target. Women and kids, particularly women, are going to be a target. If you're not part of the elect, you are going to be on your own. If you don't have a man, you're going to be on your own. Most likely you have a man, you're still going to get screwed over. Okay? It says a man shall desire to go in the city and should not be able to. Why? They can have martial law. This place is divided into 10 FEMA zones. Okay? People can be cordoned off. They can be shooting to kill. They already sent the troops at the border right now. Nobody's getting in and nobody's getting the hell out. For because of their pride, the city should be troubled, the houses should be destroyed. And men shall be afraid. What's it saying? It ain't even saying women, because the Lord doesn't even deal with women. Women are naturally scared. I don't give a shit how a woman can talk. As soon as you go, boom, she can shit herself. So imagine in that time. So men are going to be afraid. Every little click in the nighttime. Okay, what is that? Is that death knocking on your door or crawling on your roof? Or, you know, or is it the neighbor's cat? Or is it your neighbor coming for your ass now? They've been timing when you go to sleep and your lights goes off and all that stuff. Okay, so it's going to become very interesting. It says, a man should have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and of great tribulation. This goes in our mind. This goes on in our mind because you will have that natural, instinctive nature to want to survive. When you're hungry, you look at your starving kids, or your kids are hungry, your woman, well, I haven't eaten all day, you know, you can be compelled to feed them. Okay? You can be compelled. So how is it going to work? No grocery stores or nothing like that. Okay, so it's going to become a predator and prey situation. A predator and prey situation. This is what's going to be brought about by that cruel Lord. Okay, we know this is all leading to what? The eventual mark of the beast system. Okay, which they already have all those things in place. Okay, you have these big tech companies like the Googles and the Microsoft and the what was the other one? NVIDIA. They do the chip. And you have Meta, IBM, okay? And that's just only here in America, okay? And then we're not even talking about the defense industry companies, okay? And then you have the ones over in China. So this is going to be a global effort. And you have the puppet masters behind the scene, okay? Because at the end of the day, they know when something is going to happen. Just like how you see with a stock is up here, and then just like that, it goes down. Like what? They call it insider trading. Okay, hey, we know we're gonna sell right now. Okay, so only a handful of people get that knowledge. That's the same thing how things is going on a global scale. They know where the next war is going to be. They know where the next catastrophe is going to take place. All of that, because they're setting it up, okay, so that they can have the chaos, and then bring in the order. Okay, let's close out with the book of Mark. Because Yahushua made it very clear, okay? We see here in Great Babylon, America, there's a division. There is a division, okay? You have Elon Musk right now, okay, very interesting that he's doing. You have Elon Musk right now is taking over. He's taking over uh, the financial. It says Democrats join protests against Musk's hostile takeover of federal payment system. So now supposedly he has access to how to payment the payment system. The government, Social Security, tax returns, you name it. And so with his supercomputer right now, they are now feeding this into the supercomputer that now is watching everybody. See, this is when we tell you people that because you see these Edomites, they walk around, they're like middle age or upper age, they've had a good chilling life. Nobody's ever questioned their integrity, or nobody's ever questioned them. But now you have a system that's now going to be able to look up your, literally look throughout your life and look up your asshole and go, okay, So these internment camps all across America in these FEMA zones, okay, which is 10 FEMA zones. I'm in zone 6. I don't like the number 6, but, that's neither here or there. These internment camps are going to be filled with people that's going to be charged with all kinds of stuff. Okay? You have Trump that's saying that he's going after those people who stormed the White House, the FBI's. Okay? Yeah. He's going after the FBI's, man. This man is going after the FBI. FBI agents sue to protect identities of January 6 agents as Trump officials pursue them. Okay? So let's read the scripture and see. You can see how this actually matches. So we're in a time, brothers and sisters, where I think you can we have lessons to do. There's a lot of things going on. It's going to get worse and worse. We're going to be busy, man. It's going to be like, which title do you go with today? It says, this is Mark 3, verse 23 reads, and he called them unto him, and he said unto them in parables, this is a Mashiach, how can Satan cast out Satan? How can the devil cast out the devil? And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. Much like in a household. If you and your woman are arguing all the time like that, that's really not a marriage anymore. You're not going to stand. And this is why you see a lot of chaos is going on right now where households are in massive debt, because each person is living an individual life. They're not working together. She goes and have her own life and he has his own life. There's no order. Okay? So what you're seeing right now is a financial collapse, and this is why these people are looking for somebody. And they think that they voted in the Savior, but in reality, it's the cruel Lord that the Yahweh has set up for them. Okay? Because there's no order here. This place is without order. The land of the shadow of death, or the valley of the shadow of death, as it's known as. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. That's the analogy I just said. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand, but had an end. So this place is about to collapse. You can see they're turning on each other. There's a lot of distrust. Okay? And we're going to see for the first time, brothers and sisters, okay, so many of these Edomites getting put in handcuffs and being chained up. We're going to see so many live showing of Edomites getting beat down by the cops. Okay? We're talking higher level officials. Not to mention these low level Edomites who are going to be going up against each other. You have the LGBTQ Edomites going up against the one who's saying, fuck you faggots. We want America great again, but it ain't becoming great again. And even the MAGA people are going to go, hey, Trump, you're not delivering, man, screw you. Then you get Jakes them going, hey, screw you, the 2/3. And all chaos will break. And guess what? As the other apostle always say, the elect will not be involved in that. We're not going to be in demonstrations. We're not going to be out there swinging lead or swinging the sword. As long as we stay under the covering of Yahweh Shema Shai, we're good. We just get to watch. That's the reward of the just and the righteous. And we get to see the reward of the wicked. So, I don't want to make this too long, so I'd like to close out by giving all glory and honor to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Rakakadash. All willing, you are edified. Again, he should wreak havoc for the wicked's sake, the elite's sake. Shalom.